Hey guys, what's up? It's Jesse here, and in this video, I'm gonna go over the 5 common mistakes I see most people make when it comes down to LinkedIn DMs. So, whether you're a coach, consultant, or small agency owner, this video is for you if you wanna book more calls and sign more clients on LinkedIn. So, why am I recording this video? Well, within our private program, within our Authority Figures program, most of the conversations that I have with our clients are around messaging and outreach and follow ups and DMs and all these things that help them to sell in conversations. So, in this video, it will be probably around like 10, 15, 20 minutes. I'm just going to break down the 5 common mistakes that I see our clients are making. And I'm going to give you the insights on how to not make these mistakes. So, the first mistake that I see people make a lot is that they wait too long for the first message. So, what do I mean with that? Well, on LinkedIn, there are certain buying signals, certain triggers that you, as a service provider, want to respond on as fast as possible. So, the first one is obviously very simple, it's when someone likes your post. The second one, when someone comments on your post, pretty straightforward as well, right? Then what you want to do is when someone checks out your profile, when someone connects with you as like a new follower or like as a connection request, and when someone becomes a new follower. So those are the 5 triggers that you want to act upon as fast as possible. So these triggers are something that whenever you want to sell more on LinkedIn, you need to be very, very focused on. Like the days that you could just send, like publish content and inbound DMs came into your inbox, those days for now are kind of like gone. Will they come back? I'm sure they will. Is inbound DMs not something like, does it still happen? Sure. Inbound DMs as a result of your content still works. But what you want to do additionally is you want to reach out to people that have shown some form of interest to what you do. So, why do I mention these triggers? Well, it's very important to understand that if you're posting about a certain topic and through that content people check out your profile or they come in as a new follower or they send you a connection request, they have some form of interest in what you do. And like I said, you want to act upon that interest, that intent, as soon as possible. You don't want to wait a week to reply to those people because even a day later, they just have forgotten that they checked out your profile or that they liked your post or commented on your post. You want to do this as fast as possible. And then something that people say to me a lot is like, oh, is this not spammy because someone checks out my profile and I immediately reach out? No, it's just you're being very attentive. Sorry, you're being very like close. You pay close attention to people checking out your profile and you just figure out, okay, is this person someone I can help? Like I said, the chances that you're a service provider of any kind is very high, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. So act in service. So when someone checks out your profile, connects with you, likes your post, comments on your post, reach out immediately. Reach out to them, figure out, do they have a problem I can help them solve? Do they need any help? And yeah, are they interested in either chatting with me or having a conversation, right? It's not that simple. It's just basically you're in a store, someone walks in and you're just like, hey, can I help you? What are you looking for? It's not that hard. So mistake number 2 that I see a lot of people make is it's pretty much the opposite from mistake number 1. So mistake number 2 here, guys, is that people pitch in the first message. And I wouldn't say this is a sin, but it is not something you want to do. It is one of those few things that you actually want to stay away from, especially on LinkedIn, especially on a platform where having trust, being authoritative, and having credibility with your audience and your prospective clients is super, super important. You don't want to pitch slap people. So I don't know about your inbox, either on like LinkedIn or inbox or like Instagram, but my inbox is like when someone pitch slaps me, it's a very simple archive or block or delete. Like I don't look into that shit because I'm like, who are you and why should I listen to you? Right? Like in order for us to sell through the internet, to make either people book a call or wire money, that there needs to be trust built, right? So how can you expect that trust is built when the first thing that you do in your message is like, hey, want to hop on a call to discuss X, Y, and Z? People are like, oh, why should I do that? Like, who are you and why should I listen to you, right? So no one logs into LinkedIn thinking like, I cannot wait to open up my inbox to get a few pitch slaps, right? To be sold to. And yet it still happens. So if you're currently pitching in your first message, very simple answer, do not do that. Unless you want to be rejected, right? Unless you don't want to make money. In case you do want to book more calls and make more money, do not pitch slap that. So mistake number 3 that I see a lot of people make on LinkedIn is that they're not qualifying the lead type. So in the beginning of this video, I spoke about the 5 triggers, and there is a different intent to that, right? Someone that comments on your post can be seen as someone that has a higher intent in what you do than someone that likes. At the same time, someone that just checks out your profile, like a profile visitor, has a different intent, usually a lower intent than someone that connects with you on LinkedIn, right? Because it's a bigger effort. So it's very important that in the process of you messaging people, you understand like their intent, like how warm or how cold are these people, right? Someone that comes into your inbox or like connects with you and sends you a message straight away is like, hey, tell me more about what you do. Of course, I would argue that you drop everything and you just reply to the person ASAP, right? Because time is the killer of all momentum in sales. So the faster you can reply, the better of a job you can do. And that, of course, also ties into mistake number 1, where I said that you want to engage and interact with people as fast as possible. But mistake number 3 here, guys, is about not qualifying the lead properly. Is not understanding, okay, how warm or how cold is this person? Like, how much nurturing do you need to do in order to get this person to the point of like, hey, I'm willing to book a call and I'm willing to work with you, right? Of course, there are a few steps in between this, but that's not the point of this video. By the way, guys, if you need the exact step-by-step process, like a whole system, in order for you to create the right content, send the right messages, have the right DM conversations, and book more calls and get more revenue and sign more clients through LinkedIn, that's something like I can help you with. Check out the link in the description. It takes you to a page with a video. It explains a little bit like what I do, how I can help you, and what results you can expect. And if that sounds of any interest to you, book a call on that page, and then I'm happy to chat with you one-on-one to see if I can help you get more out of LinkedIn. But back to the video. So like I said, guys, mistake number 3 here is that you're not qualifying enough and that you have a more generic approach. And like I said, you really want to understand how qualified or how high intent is this person on the other end that I'm speaking to. So that's mistake number 4. Mistake number 3. So mistake number 4 here, guys, is focusing too much on quantity and not on quality. So yes, quantity is important for sure. Like the more messages you send, the more reps you put in, the higher the likelihood of achieving your goal, which usually is like booking more calls and signing more clients, right? But you really want to make sure that you send messages and you send DMs to your ideal client profile, often referred to as your ICP, right? Because you want to send messages and start conversations with people that fit your target audience, have the money to spend, have a problem you can help them solve, and usually, ideally, know who you are. So don't just send messages to anyone with a heartbeat, because yeah, sure, then you hit your quota of, let's say, sending 500 messages a week, but the response rate might be super low, or the conversion rate to a call is like extremely low, right? It's better to have 100 messages sent in that specific week, or you connect with 100 new people on LinkedIn and you have 15 to 20 qualified conversations and you book 3 or 4 calls out of that with people in your target audience. Like, how much more money would you make in the second scenario, right? So by the way, if you need any help with like finding the leads, sending the messages, and booking more calls, just hit the link in the description. Happy to have a chat about that. But yes, it's important for you to focus on quantity, but I would say after you figure out, okay, what is the quality? What's the right type of person that I'm looking, that I'm searching, right? That I'm looking after, that I'm looking out for, because you want to figure out, you want to, like I said, you want to spend your time speaking to the people that have a budget, that have a problem you can help them solve, etc., etc. And then mistake number 5, guys, mistake that I see a lot, it's usually the people that are a little bit more early on in their LinkedIn journey, is that they do send the messages, they go out after these people, they try to start the conversations, but they don't have any content going out consistently. Now, I'm not saying that you have to post 7 times per week. Like, I personally do it, some of our clients do it because they have systems built. Like, I help them build the right systems so they can consistently put content out, because they're business owners and not full-time content creators. But we worked up to that. If you're in a position that you're like, okay, you want to post consistently, focus on 2 to 3 times per week, because that will give you enough coverage as you think back of number 1. Like, it will give you enough triggers, but it also builds enough authority, enough credibility on your page. Because usually what happens, like when you message someone new or you start a conversation with someone that might have checked out your profile, whatever, they will usually, before they reply back to you, they will check out your profile. They're like, who was this person again? They will check out your profile, your headline, and they will check out your recent content. And if the last post is like from 2 months ago and it was like a company share, they'll be like, okay, it kind of feels a bit off. But if they see that you post consistently about the problem you're solving, like the problem that you potentially can help them solve, it builds a lot of credibility, right? So besides having your profile being optimized, you really want to just have consistent content going out. So even though this is not necessarily directly tied to messaging, to to LinkedIn DMs, having consistent content going out massively increases your reply rate, your conversion rate, like all these things that are important for you to book more calls and sign more clients through your LinkedIn DMs. Like I said earlier in this video, if you need any help with like the content, the DMs, the structure of it, building better systems, hit the link in the description. Happy to chat to see how we can help you turn LinkedIn into your number 1 marketing and sales channel. But like I said, guys, the TLDR here is that you want to don't wait too long to message. You don't want to pitch slap in the first message. You don't want to forget to qualify your leads. At the same time, you don't want to just focus on quantity, but also on quality. And last but not least, super, super important, you want to make sure that you have consistent content going out. Do these 5 things consistently, and you will book more calls through LinkedIn and sign more clients through LinkedIn. And with that being said, I see you in the next video, guys. Cheers.